Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel Calculus and Mathematics Learning. In the previous video we solved question number 6 related with exercise number 4.2 chapter number 4 differentiation of vector functions FSC part 2 mathematics. We skip question number 7 because that question is not very important and I do not want to waste your time. So in this video I am going to solve the last question of exercise number 4.2 question number 8. According to my experience, this question is very important in this exercise number 4.2 and this is very easy question. So let's move toward question number 8 of exercise 4.2 chapter number 4 differentiation of vector function class 12 mathematics. It tells that if f of t is a differentiable vector function of t such that f of t should not be equal to 0, then show that d by dt of a function f of t divided by absolute of f of t should be equal to f prime of t divided by absolute of f of t minus f of t dot or f prime of t into f of t divided by absolute of f of t whole cube. So in this type of question we will take one side and we will prove the another side. So let's suppose move to the solution of this question number 8. I take this side, taking left hand side. So on the left hand side we have d by dt of f of t divided by absolute of f of t. Now over here we have the operator, differential operator. So remember that derivative of f of x divided by g of x with respect to x will always be equal to this function, derivative of this function f prime of x, minus this function and derivative of this function g prime of x divided by g of x whole square. Actually over here we use the quotient rule of differentiation, so the same rule will be used over here. So let's suppose this is first function and let's suppose this is second function. So we will use the derivative using quotient rule. So quotient rule tells that second function, which is f of t absolute, derivative of the first function, so f of t derivative will be f prime of t, and after this we have negative sign in the formula, so minus time of this function first f of t and derivative of this function. So remember that derivative of x was x divided by absolute of x. So you know that derivative of absolute of x is x by absolute x. So over here derivative of f of t absolute will be f of t according to the formula divided by f of t absolute. This is actually the derivative of this function. But remember over here we will also take the derivative of this inner function, so f of t derivative will be f prime of t. So after this, so f of t and derivative of this function is f of t absolute, f of t and f prime of t, and after this we have divided by g of x whole square, means the division function. So over here in the division we have f of t and absolute whole square. So after this we will split it into two, we will take this and after this this. So f of absolute of t, it become f of t and we have absolute, and after this f prime of t, and after this in the division we have f of t absolute whole square. So f of t absolute can be written as f of t absolute into f of t absolute. After this we have negative sign, so minus will come down as it is, f of t will come down as it is, f of t into f of t into, after this we have f prime of t, f prime of t. This f of t absolute is actually in the division, so this will multiply with f of t whole square absolute in the division, in the second division. So over here the power is 1, over here the power is 2, so it become 2 plus 1, so 2 plus 1 will give us 3, so it become f of t absolute whole cube. Now over here f of t absolute is cancelled with f of t absolute, we left with f prime of t divided by f of t and whole absolute, and over here we can write it minus time of f of t, and after this we can write it f prime of t, and let's suppose I write this f of t outside of this bracket, I can write it, so it become f of t and divided by f of t absolute whole cube. So on the right hand side we have f prime of t divided by absolute of f of t minus f of t dot f prime of t over f of t absolute whole cube. It means that we prove the right hand side from actually the left hand side. Remember that derivative of f of t, this will be always be equal to f of t divided by absolute of f of t, and we will also take the derivative of this function, so its derivative will be f prime of t. This MCQs came in the 2020 engineering test of mathematics portion. So this is actually the very important MCQs in case of engineering test ETA. So with this question, exercise number 4.2 is completed and chapter number 4 is also eliminated and finished with this question. So in the next video, inshallah, I will start exercise number 5.10, chapter number 5, integration, related with FSC part 2 mathematics. So thank you for watching. Subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon to receive the upcoming notification about mathematics and calculus. Thank you.